crush.
I should be happy. I should be living my fairy tale. I just dream about all these different.
What makes you so special? Why do you get to live in a fairy tale and be happy? The rest of us sure don't. Welcome back to Rust Reality Recaps, where we cover all things 90 Day Fiancé, trash reality TV, and garbage human beings. We have a new season of 90 Day Fiancé. Can you believe we're already at season 11? Some of us have actually watched all of these. So we get Shekinah and Sarper again, and quite frankly, I'm not bothering with these two anymore. Sarper can be funny sometimes, but I do not like Shekinah or her face. I thought it looked better after the nose job, and or the second nose job, and the replacement, the removal of her fillers, but something's happened again, guys. She doesn't look right. And she had the nerve to throw shade at Tiger Lily, but I think Tiger Lily still has a form of natural beauty with her hooded eyes, whereas we can all agree that Shekinah has turned herself into handsome Squidward. Girls shouldn't be throwing shade at any other woman. She's an asshole. She throws mean girl energy at every other girl in this 90-day universe. I can't even with her, so I won't be covering her. You can't make me. Then we have the Thruple this season. I will talk about them at the end, or I might even save them for their own personal segment, because I don't know about this. I'll talk about it later.
Get this paper. This paper. Okay, that's enough. Twinkle and it's very pink. Twinkle not the most poop in the whole entire USA.
If anyone remembers Juan and Jessica from a prior season, they met on a cruise ship, and shortly after she got knocked up. She has a child with him now, and they're looking at starting their life together, and he's going to be a stay-at-home dad, I presume, while she goes out and provides for the family.
Are you guys getting the poop cleaned up?
Fuck you, Mom, you do it.
Good job.
That's nice. I always like to try and make my kids clean up the shit, too. So while everyone is excited for Juan's return, the big concern and question on everyone's mind is Juan ready for the responsibility of being a father and a stepdad?
He's telling you, you better be ready, Dad, because I'm here, and you better be ready.
Juan's excited to babysit his son, but is soon corrected on the roles.
So you're not my babysitter, you're my father.
So when Jessica asks Juan if he has any idea what he's getting himself into, he says, kind of? And I think we know what that means. As a mother of 3, I can tell you that her routine is very commonplace, especially having boys. Boys are messy, boys like to roughhouse, boys are sloppy, they get food everywhere, they break couches, they stab furniture, they write on walls, they pee all over the place. They're wonderful, but they require a lot of guidance, routine, and discipline. And I notice a lot of fathers, they don't like to fulfill that. Her friends, I really don't like these girls because they claim to be ride or die besties, but they don't seem to have Jessica's best interests truly at heart.
They're protective of me like I'm their friend, and so obviously they want to protect me and my feelings and not.
Protective of me like a friend, so they want to protect me like a friend. Okay. They want to investigate and find out if Juan's lying, if whether he cheated on Jessica while he was working on the cruise ship is true or not.
I don't know if he'll be expecting that. I think he thinks maybe it's in the past and we're done with it, but I'm not done. I still have questions I need answered, and I will be getting those.
Very smugly proud of that, and it's not her relationship. But what are you going to do to fix it? If you do uncover that he cheated, are you going to pay for their couples therapy? Are you going to put her up if she decides to leave him? What are you going to do to help her in uncovering this nonsense? They have a child, they're looking at getting married. Just leave it be, in my opinion. So while picking out winter clothes for Juan, they talk about how cold it is where they are, and I have to laugh. That little amount of snow, that's rookie snow for where I'm from. That reminds me, one of you left a comment saying that I needed to smell the roses because Winnipeg's not that bad. I'm going to assume that you are from the South and you took offense to my remark. If Winnipeg's not so bad, I suggest you go live there then. Not implying it's a third world country or anything like that. It's Canada. Of course it's not that bad. It's also one of the most dangerous cities in the country. And I just want to say that I have woken up and I can smell the roses because I live on the west coast now. The only snow I get is once or twice a year. It's a light dusting and it melts. I do miss home though, I'll be honest.
To leave behind. Yeah, I definitely have a concern about him coming here and not being able to make money and then wanting to go back on the cruise. Then, we've had a kid together and he's finally coming to America, so I'm definitely trying to move past all that. But truthfully, I know there's something that my friends don't know, and I'm a little nervous about what will happen if that comes to light.
So Jessica and the boys pick Juan up at the airport. They're super stoked to see him. Juan's in love with his baby boy, and the excitement and the reality of the boys is starting to hit him.
Yeah, I've thought about it, like, what I've gotten myself involved to. Am I good enough for this? Am I ready to be a stepfather and a father?
Sorry to break it to you, Juan, but no, you're not ready. And it seems like Jessica is not interested in easing him into this whatsoever. She's just like trolling him and laughing at him during this entire experience. I don't foresee any problems happening in the future. Next we have Stevie, and I have to say, I really like her for now. She could still disappoint me later down the season, but so far I think she's just adorable. She is a painter and an English teacher, and she fell in love with this guy from Iran. She's on the way to tell her father, who has limited time, all about it.
Hey, Dad.
Why is he so shocked to see her? Like, he knew she was coming with the camera crew, right?
And I took straight up doing body pipe work. So always taking care of Stevie and her vehicles. Can't do this anymore, Stevie.
Like a typical father figure, he's got to grunt and groan and make passive-aggressive remarks about her just standing there instead of having her, help him with specific tasks. She eventually gets him to sit down so she can talk to him about her new boyfriend. Spoiler alert, it's mentioned later down the season clip that she's bisexual, and I think her father already knows.
Do you remember what you said? You said nobody goes across the world and
You want to think about it?
Yeah. I did meet somebody there that was one of my students, so I was not lying to you.
So the dad is questioning her that, you said this person, is it a guy? And she starts laughing and she tells him, yes, it's a guy and he's from Iran. And the dad is immediately concerned and everyone is calling him racist. I think it just stems from a place of ignorance and I don't know.
Like men and women try to keep their women very well dressed, I think, beyond it. It'll try to be a shock. There's going to be a lot of differences going on.
So her father is not only concerned about cultural differences, but he's concerned that she would be oppressed and that Americans are hated in that culture. She tries to reassure him that that's not true, and he makes the most ridiculous comment that I'm not even going to repeat.
Is he going to make you wear a hijab?
I believe the word you meant to say was hijab. But shout out to G-Man Johnson because Habibi was hilarious. Let's just go with Habibi.
It's not like that.
It is.
It's not like that. I'm telling you, I know him. It's not like that.
You had to bring him, wait on him hand and foot and stuff.
No,
Whatever.
absolutely not.
Next, he'll accuse him of lighting her on fire. And listen, I don't presume to know everything about everything. There are some bad apples in all cultures, but you need to get your facts straight. I don't want to defend this guy preemptively in case he does turn out to be a douchebag. So moving along to Mark, the pilot. He seems like a nice guy, to be honest with you. The previews had me convinced he was just another gross, creepy weirdo, but he seems really nice and friendly. He seems like a good dad, and he has a great job. He has flown around all kinds of famous politicians and celebrities, but he can't talk about it, even though we see the photographs right here. Yeah, so he seems like easy prey to these young women that he seems to have a certain type. And listen, I'm not going to attack the man for having a type. I have a type. Someone saw the track record of all my relationships, they would call me out in a second. However,
she's 35. I'm 58.
That's like the difference between me and my parents. This woman seems like a gold digger piece of crap. There's a lot of red flags with her.
And 6 months after we're engaged, she tells me she's pregnant.
But just like Jessica and Juan, there's already a baby involved. So what can you do? You can't really undo that now, can you?
It didn't feel like my family being there was much of a priority to her. So I kind of left her feeling that maybe she could be taking advantage of him, could be going after his money, could just be trying to come to the U.S. eventually dropped out.
Mark's adult daughter is not comfortable with how fast this relationship is moving along, and now that she wants to have a second baby, she has even more concerns. She thinks that he should put forward a prenup, but Mark is ambivalent because his last relationship, when he put forward a prenup because of his simmering divorce, that ended it pretty much immediately. So he has concerns that the same thing would happen once again. So this episode did so much dragging their feet on the introductions that we didn't even get to meet all the couples. This couple here reminds me of OG 90 Day Fiancé, back when people were real and not fillered, Botoxed, IG, clout chasing monsters. This bitch is back. I couldn't stand her.
They don't know you're getting married. What else?
Her whole point of existing is just to be snotty to this poor man.
Don't they know?
She's constantly rude, sticking her nose in his business, questioning him, giving him the third degree, and that's why I don't like this trans girl anymore. She's super entitled, and she uses her friend to fight her battles while she sits back. Feel bad for me because my super cute girlfriend is bisexual and I made a mistake moving to one of the most free, limitless, with possibility countries in the whole world. So last but not least, we have the Thruple, which is Amani, who looks a lot like the Sophie Fatale chick from Kill Bill. If you guys know what I mean, let me know in the comments. The half French Japanese chick looks just like her in my opinion. I already forgot the boyfriend's name because I simply don't care. I think he's the third wheel in this relationship. Their girlfriend is from Mexico.
We have a girlfriend.
So in order to keep things spicy with their girlfriend,
How long have you been hot?
which I already thought was pretty spicy in itself, they have to resort to the occasional foreplay over the computer, I guess. And they see each other during vacations. Their relationship has only really been for 1 year, and these two are considering legally divorcing so that they can bring her out on the K1 visa.
I know she's supposed to be a boss bitch, she's working so hard, but I know you spend money on her.
Their friend, who has experience in poly relationships, tries to talk them out of it.
And I understand that, but you're legally tying yourself to someone that I feel like you barely know. It's been a year. I was there when you met her. I know how long, but I also know that it's not a year straight. There's a difference between an entire year with somebody and seeing them through good and bad times and then going on vacation with them a couple times.
So these dum-dums cannot foresee anything possibly going wrong.
Matt and I were together for 3 months before we got married.
3 months? Jesus Christ!
1 week before we moved in together.
1 week? What was the holdup? Why were you guys waiting so long?
We've done like polyamorous relationships or
The lady on the end? Yeah, I remember her. We dabbled. Yeah.
So the friend who has experience with poly relationships explains the jealousy about the intimacy and the bonds that develop can become problematic.
I learned that I became jealous. Because
Really? That's a shock to us. We did not expect that there would be jealousy in a throuple. I mean, 3 is 1 more than 2.
I tend to be more jealous. I admit it.
Okay, I'm calling it right now. The only reason this is working is because she wants the girl.
And being in a throuple that's an uneven number. Somebody most likely is going to feel left out.
As she looks over at the man, like, it will be you. You will be the one who is left out. Or else. Yeah, I don't foresee any problems.
Are you not telling people you're in a serious relationship? No, you're telling people you are in a serious relationship. Yes or no? Please answer my question. So I am fine.
Spoiler alert, they end up having a fight because this Mexican chick doesn't take the relationship as seriously as the other two, and she stomps off saying you can't turn a whore into a housewife. So that concludes this episode of 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, Episode 1 recap. We will be introduced to more characters in the next episode, so please come back for more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below.